Hello, and welcome to the world of Lonza. I'm doing a part 2 video. I have had technical difficulties tonight, and I put in my video in 2 parts. I don't want to go through what I just said twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So, I'm going to put 2 videos up. So I just talked about the SAGs, and I just talked about what I thought was going to win, or what I reviewed the SAGs, and now I'm going to tell you about some movies that have anniversaries, and I'm just going to say it because I am getting really frustrated with anything that touches this little chord and just goes crazy. So movies that have anniversaries. All right, 100-year anniversary goes to a movie called Phantom of the Opera starring Lon Chaney. Hooray! From Universal. That was one of the first movies that they built a big old backlot for, and one of the biggest first films in 1923 from Universal Pictures, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Right before they did Phantom of the Opera. It's Hunchback of Notre Dame, so that's a 100-year anniversary. A 90 anniversary is another big one. Fray Ray, King Kong. I talk about that a lot. So King Kong is another anniversary movie. Let's see. Let's go. So that'll be 90 years King Kong. Let's go 70 years ago. 70 years ago, there was a movie called Shadow of a Doubt, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. You guys should check it out. Alright, 1953. We have 2 movies I'm going to recommend. The Wild Long one, starring Marlon Brando, and that came out in 1953. And Roman Holiday, which is starring the lovely, there it is, oh cool. Her first movie, you all know her. Who is this? Oh, Audrey Hepburn. I got a brain freeze. Forgive me. Audrey Hepburn and Roman Holiday first movie. Let's see. That's 53. That's 70, 60. 63. Well, 63 is a good year because we have The Great Escape came out that year. The second James Bond movie, From Russia with Love, came out that year. And a whole bunch of good movies. 63. So that would be 60 years ago? Cool. Alright. 50 years ago. And I think this is the biggest one of their own, and this is where I'm going to cut it off. 50 years ago. American Graffiti is a good one. The Sting won Best Picture, 1973. That's 1973. And let's see. Oh, I do have a few more. 1973. Badlands was a movie I just watched, 1973. So The Sting, American Graffiti, Badlands, but the scariest movie ever made came out in 1973. And it's from the director of The French Connection. And he just won the Best Picture in 1971, French Connection. and it stars a girl named Linda Blair. You watch it around Halloween time, and it's based on a novel by William Peter Blatchley that I read and it came out in 1971. But the book came out in 1971. Excuse me. Movie came out in 1973. Yes, yes, yes. The Exorcist is celebrating 50 years of horror. The movie that started it all. I'm not going to show you the cover because I had so much technical difficulties tonight. I don't even want anything to be messed up. I don't want any foul play with YouTube copywriters. I want to get these two videos up, and I will talk to you I will gladly do a full one-shot video next week when I'm in a better mood and I didn't do 6 shots tonight. Anyways, so what's next? Oh, what am I reading? What am I reading? Here it is. So this movie last year won the most Academy Awards, but it didn't win Best Picture. Coda won Best Picture, and I think that was a good film. Of course, last year, most people remember that Will Smith slap or whatever, and that took most of the headlines, most of the shebang. But a really good science fiction movie that came out last year. Well, depending on your taste, I think I talked about a lot, and it did inspire George Lucas, who went on to make a movie called Star Wars. I just talked about American Graffiti that has 50 years anniversary, but Star Wars came out in 1977. Anyways, without further ado, a book that you would like to read if you like 2001: Space Odyssey, if you like Star Wars, it's fantasy, it's space. If you enjoy Lord of the Rings, but like Emperor, Kings and Queens and stuff, but like in space. If you like, let's see, Game of Thrones, George R. Martin. This is inspired George R. Martin. If you like Starship Troopers, you might like some of this. If you like Blade Runner, you would like this. If you're a fan of Philip K. Dick, you would like this book. Keeping you guys guessing. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. You're probably screaming at the. I don't have too many comments, but you probably give me comments, so you know what I'm talking about. Let's see what else. Well, this is so obvious, but there's 6 of them. And the first movie was only the first part of the first book, and there's like 6 books. It is Dune. It's good novel. It's about it's biblical stuff. It has all kinds of typical savior type, Matrix type, the chosen one type stuff. And yes, that is the book I'm reading. And last but not least, today on March 3rd, in 1911, a young lady who inspired Marilyn Monroe up there. She was popular. Marilyn Monroe is popular because there's a Netflix movie called Blonde, or infamous Netflix movie called Blonde. But speaking of Blonde, her birthday is today. She died young. She had some kind of illness, And unfortunately, she didn't get the rest to live most of her life, but she did inspire Marilyn Monroe and so many other actresses, and that is Jean Harlow. And that's the person I'm going to recommend that you can watch any classic films. This is 1931, Platinum Blonde. We have Dinner at 8. We have Law by Lady. We have Wife versus Secretary. And we have China Cheese. And I'm going to put these two videos up tonight. I have a cold. I got a little bit frustrated because I had them in 2 parts. So I'm going to have to put these 2-part videos, part 1, part 2, up today or tomorrow. But I hope you enjoy them. My voice is getting a little cray-cray. And I will talk to you later, guys. Thank you for watching another video of The World According to Lonza. And I am out. Bye.